We're so lucky to have Maya Rose in the studios with us at 1700. Maya is a 20-year-old singer-songwriter from Castlemaine, Victoria. She's a winner of the Battle of the Bands Castlemaine in 2017 and runner-up of Freezer Push a Start Northern Country Regional in 2017. She's been playing keyboard since she was 3 years old, and this amazingly talented young musician is in the studio with us today for an interview, which is so exciting. In your debut single, See You Again, Maya, you collaborated with Melbourne producers Jeremiah Farrar and Aman Bayatzli. Sorry if I butchered those names. Can you talk us through the production and recording process of this single?
Yeah, so Jerome, I met up with him when we recorded See You Again. So he was the producer, and we spent about 12 hours or something in the studio recording See You Again. It was just an amazing energy in the room. Like, I'd written it on keyboard, just vocals, and he was able to add the different beats and instruments that you hear, which brings so much energy to the song. And then Aman, yes, he mixed and mastered it for me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, as we were saying just in that intro before as well, you've been playing the keyboard since you were 3. Whoa! Like,
crazy.
I know, right? Did you sing as well back then? Or when did you discover that you had a voice, and when did you put keyboard and singing together?
Yeah, so, my first keyboard at 3, and then I had lessons throughout primary school and into high school. And I'd always, loved performing and singing along to my favourite songs and making up my own songs, but it wasn't till I was 14 that I started writing proper full songs on the keyboard, and it was that Battle of the Bands a few years before that I won. That was my first performance, performing my original songs. And yeah, it was just an amazing feeling up on stage, like the energy from the audience. And that's when I decided that's what I want to do. Yeah.
Wow. So young, that's great.
Speaking of your younger self, during the research for this interview, I stumbled across that your influences, Stevie Wonder and Destiny's Child. In a battle, which one would you choose?
In a battle of them, like, performing?
Yeah.
Or
Head to head.
Oh.
Who would you turn around for?
I think Stevie Wonder. Just because he has so much behind him, and he's worked with so many amazing artists. It just the range of different music that he is influenced by and brings in, and having the piano, I feel very connected to him with that he writes on the piano. So and I think my music is probably more influenced by him than maybe Destiny's Child, but I love my independent women. Yeah.
Great.
I've heard that you're vegan, Maya,
Yeah.
and it makes me very excited because I'm vegan too. And I'm really curious to know, what is your favourite vegan dinner to make?
Ooh. You might not have heard of it, but it's called jambalaya, and it's kind of like risotto, but it's tomatoey and spicy, and it's just a really warming meal, especially for this time of year in winter. Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to try it.
Is it like paella or completely different?
Can talk recipes.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sidestep from music?
Yeah, indeed. Now, you're on a tour at the moment.
Yes.
And last stop in the tour of this single releases in Bendigo. What can audiences expect from the gig, and what's coming up for the future for you, Maya?
So with the gig, I perform solo on keyboard, and then I have at the end of my set some backing tracks, which are all from my upcoming EP. So the set ends with a bit more high energy. And yes, so 4 tracks on this upcoming EP. Hopefully in a couple of months it'll be out. And yeah, See You Again is on it, and a few more. So the sound still has that R&B feel, but there's a slower one with some strings and another one with some sax, and yeah, so I'm really excited for everyone to hear it.
Sounds great.
So are we.
And you've got a performance coming up, I hear, that we might have to go to, and that might be in Bendigo, I hear.
Yes.
And where can we find you?
You can find me on my website, Maya Official, Maya. And yeah, check out my new single, See You Again, on all major platforms. So this Bendigo show is on this Friday, the 24th, and yeah,
Oh,
very
awesome.
excited.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, Maya. I was
Thank
so
you.
excited to meet you after all of my research. We're going to get back to listening to some tunes now. Next up, we've got a clip by Kyle Lionheart with So Close. Let's hear it.